citing the progress the region has witnessed under the current government.
The national resistance movement under your leadership in the post-independent history of Uganda is the first political party in power to introduce wealth creation initiatives.
The security that is here, the development that has been brought to this area, the hospitals, the schools, now we have all these things in this place. The PDM, the money that is going to the economy, which used not to happen, now it is happening. And that's why we need to take back the president as the president of 2026-2031.
The roads you work on are NRM roads. The schools you take your children to are NRM schools. The hospitals you go to are NRM hospitals. The district you have was given by NRM. What more do you need from NRM? NRM, oh yeah! We love you. And
as you know, this region was ravaged by war. Our people were in the camps. It affected education. It affected the social and societal fiber of our people relating and raising our community. But now that is behind us.
NRM campaign is set to continue across Lango sub-region, with rallies planned in Kwania and Apat. Philippa Guta for UBC News in Alepton.
Leaders and residents of Otuke district in the Lango sub-region have pledged overwhelming support for the ruling National Resistance Movement, citing milestones registered in the area over the years. They pointed to the end of insurgency that once defined the district, crediting President Lauryn Museveni's peace-building efforts. It is on this basis that they vowed to deliver over 90% of the vote to the NRM in the forthcoming presidential elections.
In these huge numbers, they gathered, not for fun, but for a reason. About 2 decades ago, such gathering was not possible due to unrest.
But this was not caused by President Museveni. But Museveni, when he came in, he tried so hard to settle peace. So that is one major reason why we say whether we are sleeping angry, as long as we are sleeping in our houses, Museveni is there for us.
This area used to be the dominant area for cattle. And so if more compensation takes place, it means that the people will gain greater wealth.
From being a gateway of insurgency, masterminded by the Lord's Resistance Army and cattle rustlers from Karamoja, Otuke is now a haven of peace.
Some of you are not aware, where there's a state lodge here in Otuke is a place where His Excellency fought battles with LRA. Because it was a very difficult area, he decided to put up a camp and camped there, and that's how he was able to flash off LRA from here.
Those who have a slogan of a protest vote, now they are protesting the stability in Otuke. Do they want to bring instability? They are protesting the economic transformation that is in Otuke. They are protesting the good schools that have come in Otuke. They are protesting the electricity that is in Otuke. What are they protesting?
It is such peace that has made other sectors to thrive in the area. The Juakali, a program by Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development, is one of them.
We are grateful for the assistance given to us by Juakali. Livelihood has changed. We are now creating job opportunity amongst ourselves. So there is no longer even domestic violence, because when there is money now, people cannot quarrel in the house. So we are trying our best. So
we would like to ask the government to give us more sewing machine, as we are now training so many more youth there at the training school there. That's the challenge that we are facing. But we thank the government and the leadership of YK Museveni for giving us the sewing machines.
As leaders, we provided tents, but also Juakali gave groups tents. And they're getting some money out of the tents, they're getting some money out of the chairs.
And it has really helped to create employment amongst our young people. So we would want to ask government to continue putting more money under the Ministry of Labor for the green jobs, which has really helped our people here.
We want to thank the Ministry of Gender. We want to thank government of Uganda. We are saying long live Museveni and long live Ministry of Gender. And we are also yearning for more support.
Such, among others, are reason enough for these people of Otuke to vote the ruling party back into government.
We are now seeing the dividends of peace that is in Otuke. All this crowd of people you see, they are here to thank the president for making them peaceful and settled in their homes and protecting them from the invaders, the raiders who are raiding their cows.
It is the manifesto which I have read me myself. I'm the project's development master, and I want to assure you, if you take time and read that manifesto, it is going to reduce a lot of rate of employment.
We are doing more, and we have to do more in areas of roads, in the areas of schools, in the areas of water for domestic use. But overall, the people are happy, the families are settled, PDM has done wonders, school enrollment rate is going up, the maternal mortality rate is reducing, the infant mortality rates are also reducing. Generally, we preach happiness and continuation of the policies of NRM.
As the presidential campaigns continue, NRM is camped in Lango sub-region, with President Museveni expected in Kwania and Apache districts on Friday. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thank you, Henry Okurut, for that report. Alliance for National Transformation presidential candidate Major General Mugisha Muntu has officially launched his campaign trail in Mitoma district, one of the new districts carved out of Greater Bushenyi. Speaking at rallies in Igambiro Primary School, in Mitoma Town Council, Kabila Town Council and Ijoma, Muntu urged residents to entrust him with their vote, promising a corrupt-free government, strengthened service delivery and renewed public trust in governance.
General Mugisha Muntu, the Alliance for National Transformation Party presidential candidate, kicked off his campaign trail in Mitoma district in Greater Bushenyi, marking a significant milestone in his quest for the presidency. This move demonstrates Muntu's commitment to engaging with voters across the country, particularly in the Greater Bushenyi sub-region.
A place like Mitoma is no different from many districts in this part of the country. It's very, very difficult unless there is a system established by those who would be in power to have high quality education levels and skilling of young people, so that these families, much as they don't have capacity for creating wealth on a large scale, that they would invest in education of the children.
Alliance for National Transformation Party message focuses on good governance, national unity and economic growth, aiming to inspire the new generation of Ugandans.
Support the different entrepreneurs who are involved in, for example, agro-processing, who are involved in industrial production, to get markets beyond the domestic market in the region as well as outside of this region.
People first, a new future. A new future. People first, a new future. People first, a new future.
Muntu addressed his supporters at Igambiro Primary School, Mitoma Town Council, Kabila Town Council, Ijoma, where he emphasized the party's core values of unity, democracy, and transformative leadership. Muntu also addressed his supporters at Bitereko, Lutoche, and Kashenshero. Haruna Mtesasira, reporting for UBC News in Mitoma District.
Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi continued his presidential campaign in the Busoga sub-region, holding rallies in Buyende and Kamuli districts on the fourth day of the FDC campaign trail. FDC party president Patrick Oboya Muriat praised the government for maintaining a peaceful campaign environment and highlighted the party's commitment to unity and reconciliation.
The FDC convoy set off along the Kamuli-Buyende road, greeting residents and listening to their concerns. On a rough Maram stretch approaching Buyende landing site, Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi's vehicle broke down, forcing a quick switch to another. He assured residents that improving the road infrastructure would be a top priority under his leadership.
Efilile kunjileko ndikako bende yemba ile ntiamemo chirungize yemba ile ntiamemo nenda ko bakobera into olugudo luno okuveka muli okutoka wano ku Madiga ife bwe munapo obululu bwe menefu ke president wa imwe luli manifesto yange luno lutatandikirako okutako kolasi abantu befe babe bulungi.
At Kasore Trading Center, Mafabi, accompanied by the FDC party president Patrick Oboya Muriat, addressed vendors and local residents. The convoy also made a stop at Indora before reaching Bukungu landing site, where supporters held a lively procession under police supervision.
Voices when we raise the issue of harassment in this campaign. He has let us campaign. This should continue. That spirit should continue until the end of this campaign.
At Bukungu, Mafabi announced plans to form a beach management committee aimed at empowering local fishermen.
Nenda kubakobera we munalonda nandalo no waimono ogwa Madiga mwe muli nokwirako muvume mvumfute bye nanda mulieko ebindi mutonde mufune ki enanda ebera kwa tibeta beach management committee.
The day concluded with many rallies and a main rally in Kamuli district, keeping the momentum of the fourth of campaigning strong.
And on to the National Unity Platform. Presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has campaigned in Namutumba and Bugweri districts, urging voters to entrust him with their support so that he can fight poverty through job creation. Kyagulanyi also pledged that under his leadership, Ugandans will not be evicted from their land. Instead, he promised to support communities to utilize it productively for development.
It is now 4 days since presidential candidates officially kicked off their campaigns. Before heading to Bugweri and Namtumba, NUP presidential flag bearer Kyagulanyi Ssentamu met with his campaign team before setting off for the rallies. In Bugweri district, he drove through several trading centers, waving to crowds of supporters who cheered and followed his convoy to the rally ground. Kyagulanyi emphasized that if elected, he will focus on job creation as a way to eradicate poverty. He assured rice farmers that his government will not evict them from wetlands, but instead equip them with skills on how to protect the environment while continuing farming.
Family tuliziganye mu nsi ezaakulaakulana mu kitundu ekiri productive wekiti buli family oba buli kitundu kyandibadde n'ejjagale ng'ebikajjo totunda just raw material ng'obiprocessinga n'otunda akaloddo oba n'otunda sukaali gulu naye nga ne fertilizer ofunamu ng'okifunamu ku buli mutendera mumpulira bulungi kubanga abakulembeze tebaprotectinga balimi ekyo kye tugenda okukola bulijjo bagamba babeera babagamba mwe mwagala kujjako Museveni mwagala kulonda Bobi Wine agenda kuwa sente Bobi Wine agenda kuwa sente nga ziva mu mukono gwo nga tazikujjaako agenda zikulekera.
He also introduced new parliamentary flag bearers, urging voters to support them so that, together, they can transform the country. Later, in Namtumba, Kyagulanyi received another huge reception, promising residents that his government will prioritize improving their livelihoods if he is elected president in 2026. That was no presidential candidate, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, campaigning in Bugweri and Namtumba district.
Across Africa, millions of illegal guns are in the hands of civilians, fueling violence, conflict and fear. But tonight in Kampala, the focus is on hope as Uganda hosts the Africa Amnesty Month. It is part of the African Union's campaign to silence the guns by encouraging communities to voluntarily surrender firearms with the promise of peace instead of prosecution. Ivan Kaha reports on the continent's call to trade.
Uganda is hosting the Africa Amnesty Month in Kampala, an annual occasion held across the continent to support the African Union's goal of silencing the guns. This campaign is aimed at ending armed violence, conflict and the spread of illicit small arms and light weapons. Stakeholders are meeting to discuss the opportunities for civilian communities and non-state actors to surrender illegal firearms and ammunition without fear of arrest or prosecution.
This act serves as a clear message to all Africans that the future of our continent lies not in the barrel of a gun, but rather in the principles of peace, unity, and sustainable development.
The African Union's Mapping Illicit Small Arms in Africa survey shows that Western Africa has about 11 million licit and illicit civilian-held firearms, followed by Northern Africa with 10.2 million and Eastern Africa with 7.8 million. The survey highlights that private individuals, private security companies and non-state armed groups hold more than 40 million small arms, compared to less than 11 million held by the armed forces and law enforcement agencies.
40 million small arms, and yet only 5.8 million of the owners are licensed. Removing these weapons from circulation and use is therefore central to realizing peace, security, stability and development on the continent.
The Peace and Security Council is collaborating with member states to put an end to illegal possession of firearms or illicit weapons.
We must strengthen our national sensitization campaigns, particularly those targeting our youth and women, to enhance awareness of the profound dangers posed by illicit weapons.
John Robert, a former cattle raider, lost 6 relatives, including his elder brother, during cattle raids in Karamoja. After narrowly surviving, he sought amnesty and has since reformed.
I left that activity after I had tested something. That's, as you see this scar here, it is a bullet which passed through my face, actually, because God was still loving me.
John is now a community leader and urges the government to enhance support for those who have surrendered weapons.
Districts to get some troopers to open their farms to support their families. Because even if we continue giving animals, giving iron cheats, when they don't have what to eat, so they will still continue, they will still go back to disturb us. But we thank God, none of them from that time, Karamoja is peaceful now.
I think what I can tell you about Karamoja now is that now it's a major source of both cement and minerals. For a long time, from the time of colonialism, Karamoja was like a third-rate part of this country, where you could not invest. Soon we are going to have an international airport in the Kidepo National Park, and I welcome you to come and tour Uganda.
Now, putting an end to gun violence on the African continent requires more than just policy. It demands sustained political will to expand disarmament programs across the continent. Now, Uganda is among the African countries that is progressing well in this field, with over 30,000 people given amnesty and over 31,000 firearms recovered from ex-combatants, armed groups and bandits, voluntarily or through enforcement operations.
Arms do not produce human beings. Arms destroy human beings. So, African compatriots, let's wake up and reject buying arms in order to destroy our own people and provide market for arms manufacturers. Uganda has established a comprehensive national policy on firearms, ammunition, and related materials, which is effectively guiding the development of a new legal and a regulatory framework for small arm control.
The United Nations has urged member states to pay attention to the rising misuse of improvised explosive devices, diversion of military material, and small-scale arms manufacturing.
And the weak coordination in diversion prevention of weapons from security forces. We appeal to all actors and partners to prioritize these areas so that together we can deliver tangible, lasting peace and security across the continent.
This year's Africa Amnesty Month runs under the theme, Safe Communities Through Voluntary Disarmament. As a symbol of Uganda's commitment to silencing the guns, illicit weapons will be destroyed at Gaddafi Barracks in Jinja. Ivan Kahwa, UBC.
Chief of Citizenship and Immigration Control, Major General.
Thank you, Ivan Kahwa. The former Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Emeritus Luke Orombi, has emphasized and advised teachers to consider their service as a ministry of shaping children for the future. He noted this while visiting the Hills Nursery and Primary School in Chitagata Shema district during his Ankole Western University Mission Week. He lauded teachers at the schools like Chibingo Girls SS in Shema and Chamuhunga SS in Bushenyi for not engaging in the union strikes that in the end affect the learners the same as the teachers' profiles.
An investor. You are investing in a younger generation who tomorrow are going to be teachers like you and other professionals, and so your work is not just salary or remunerations. Your work is more than that. Your work is shaping people to be better than we are in our generation. Pay, yes. But should that be our incentive? Should that be the thing that drives us? Or should it be our desire to see this younger generation being shaped into people of tomorrow who can do better than we are, good leaders, charitable leaders? I want to sympathize with you if your issue is pay, or remuneration or allowances. It's necessary. Because a workman ought to get what he is working for. But what should be your motivation? I am sure I'm a teacher. I'm sure my motivation is to be there to help our children.
Not here, the teachers know we are not here for profit purposes, but we are here to produce good citizens and the ministry, and we are definitely grateful to our Archdeacon and the Vicar who have been visiting us time and again and nourishing us with some good words from God.
Lord, plants my feet on high.
State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs has warned youth against defaulting and misuse of youth and women funds. The minister ordered for an immediate recovery of all funds from defaulters with an ultimatum of 40 days. He was speaking to leaders of Hoima district where he's set to hold a youth mobilization rally, where he also ordered the arrest of youth leaders over misuse of government tractor donated to them by the government through the Prime Minister.
The State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs, Balambarogahara, is in Hoima district for a youth mobilization tour. He is accompanied by the State Minister for Public Service, Mary Mugasa, and other district leaders. In Hoima, the minister appreciated the residents for embracing government programs. He warned the youth against defaulting and misuse of the youth and women funds and ordered for an immediate recovery of all funds from defaulters with an ultimatum of 40 days.
A gift or donation to it. Either it is an empowerment fund to enable young people to get out of poverty. However, being involved in, we are supposed to use it for a given period and pass it over or pay it back. So whoever received that money and it is due for payment should pay back. We recover that money from them either by selling their property. We need back that money so that other young people can get funds.
Balam also ordered for the arrest of the youth district leaders over misuse of government tractor donated to them by the government through the Prime Minister.
So it prompted me to order for their arrest so that they take the DPC where the tractor is, so that the tractor is driven to the rally, shown to the people, and finally delivered to the district where it will be parking before it goes to work. Thank the young people of Hoima for opening up and for being clear on corruption. We are not going to tolerate corruption in the district. No district of Uganda we shall allow youth empowerment funds or youth common user facility or youth common user equipment be misused in any way. And
Joy, resilience and triumph as families, medical teams and partners came together on the red carpet to celebrate Childhood Cancer Awareness Month at Mulago Hospital. The ceremony honored children who have not only fought cancer but emerged victorious, now chasing their dreams in classrooms across Uganda. Take a look.
The program director of Texas Children's Global Hope program in Uganda, Dr. Jennifer Zongo Mugisha, has highlighted the impact of the initiative. Established by Texas Children's Hospital and Baylor College of Medicine, the program has been at the forefront of providing life-saving treatment for children battling cancer in sub-Saharan Africa.
One thing about childhood cancer is that childhood cancer is actually curable. Most of the childhood cancers are curable. But the catch is that we have to diagnose it early enough so that it's early enough to be treated. We also need to make the rightful diagnosis, and we also need to give the rightful treatment.
Representing the director of Mulago Hospital, Dr. Eric Wabudeya pledged to take forward the challenges raised by the patient.
Early enough so that it's early enough to be treated. We also need to make the rightful diagnosis, and we also need to give the rightful treatment.
Representing the director of Mulago Hospital, Dr. Eric Wabudeya pledged to take forward the challenges raised by the Pediatric Oncology Unit, ensuring every Ugandan child has access to quality cancer care.
This is just the start of a long journey. And we know that children are our future. And so you have won a great battle. And continue being strong, don't be discouraged, and let the best be for you.
One of the global partners, Dr. Maz, applauded parents for their courage and resilience throughout treatment journey, calling them unsung heroes in the fight against cancer.
But these children spend a lot of time at home. What happens at 1 a.m. when they are throwing up, when they can't eat because they have pain? I want to just thank all of you. I want to especially celebrate you for your resilience, for all that you do. For some of you,
From the Lions Club of Kampala East, Lion Hilda Mujenyi shared the club's continued role in supporting treatment and awareness efforts, reaffirming their commitment to stand with families.
We know that treatment of cancer is very expensive, it is very cumbersome, but we are here to say that we are with you as Lions. We come in to contribute the little that we can through our organization, Lions Clubs International, and together we've been able to do great things.
We spoke to some of the young survivors' children, once confined to hospital wards, now fully cured, pursuing their education. Their parents shared stories of struggle, faith, and above all, hope.
I came here in 2018. I was suffering from cancer, but now I'm cancer-free.
I encourage all those who are there and they are having the same problem of cancer. It can be cured as long as you take it positively and it's diagnosed at an early stage.
So today, as we celebrate this day, I'm really so happy. I'm so grateful. Today I've proved that Baylor Children's Foundation, when they say Children's Foundation, it's not just a statement, but they walk the talk.
From pain to promise, these children are a shining reminder that cancer can be beaten, and with continued support, many more lives can be saved.
start cutting.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80#. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You are now entered a draw to win school fees.
Two nations, one destination. The Consulate General of Uganda in Mombasa presents the 4th Uganda-Kenya Coast Tourism Conference and Exhibition, a celebration of the intermarriage of tourism between Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, and Kenya, the Pride of Africa. Discover Uganda's adventure, from gorilla trekking and whitewater rafting to Kenya's rich wildlife and world-famous beaches. Delegates from Uganda will enjoy an exclusive fam trip to Kenyan coast from the 22nd to the 26th of October. Even tee off at the golf tournament at Vipingo Ridge on the 25th October, followed by the conference on the 27th to the 28th of October at Ocean Beach Resort and Spa in Malindi. Register today on our website www.thetourismconference.org. Join us and be part of the future where Uganda meets Kenya and Africa shines brighter.
The Afro-Arab Youth Council, in partnership with the Government of Uganda, proudly presents the Afro-Arab Youth Congress 2025, happening from 7th to 10th October 2025 at Speak Resort Munyonyo under the theme, Amplifying Youth Voices for Peace, Unity and Prosperity. Join over 1,000 delegates from across Africa and the Arab world in this exhilarating event. The guest of honor is the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, alongside other heads of states from our Arab and African member countries. The guest speaker will be the Afro-Arab Youth Council President, His Excellency Abdul Hadi Lahwej.
Welcome back from that break. We're glad you're still with us here on UBC News Tonight. In more news this evening, the Chief Executive Director of the Environment Governance Institute, Samuel Okolonyi, has called on the China National Offshore Oil Corporation, CNOOC, to expedite the compensation for individuals affected by the Kingfisher Oil Project. According to Okolonyi, more than 700 residents across 20 villages have been impacted and require urgent intervention. He also urged the government to compel CNOOC to uphold the rights and interests of local communities to ensure peaceful coexistence.
There has been an ongoing land acquisition. I know Petroleum Authority of Uganda, I think UNOC as well, Ministry of Energy have said that they have done a land acquisition for Kingfisher to 99.5%. Well, in books, this is a very good statistics, but if you go on the ground within the community, it's a different case altogether. The land has been primarily acquired through Bukola. Bukola is an association that was put by CNOOC to facilitate the acquisition of the land from the community. And the land is now under, it was a communal land association. Land was communally owned. And this was taken now to facilitate CNOOC to be able to acquire it as a block. So whenever they are doing expansion of their oil activities, they basically go to Bukola, get the land, and tell the communities, now you need to move out of here. The communities are not aware of this land acquisition process that are ongoing. And you find, they wake up and find markstones being placed on within their own compounds, and they're told to move. When they resist the movement, they are forced to leave without any due compensation. And when they try to complain, they're basically told, go to Bukola. Bukola is not existent within the community. So communities are left in a challenge that whom are they going to ask for compensation? But they are seeing a company that is acquiring their land, taking it for their own benefit, cost oil development and expansion of oil activities. A community is deprived of the land, and the Bukola is not existent in terms of giving them the compensation because they've already taken out the money. So we need to ensure that those communities most impacted must be compensated through reparations. And we need to ensure that the gender-specific impact, the youth are all recognized in this reparation payment. But also the need to ensure that we have free, prayer and informed consent on any development that is happening within the community land. Because these communities have been staying in these areas for generations. The project basically came in and is working towards self-interest in developing and taking the oil for their benefit. And the communities that exist in the area are suffering more than they ought to be, or than they were promised to be.
Volunteers have raised concern over the growing trend of parents abandoning children with disabilities out of fear of caring for them. The Kampala Victoria Lions Club is now calling for a fundraising drive to establish a nursing home for neglected children so they can grow up with dignity and hope.
More than 2.5 million children, especially those born with disabilities, are reportedly abandoned by their parents and left to suffer in hopeless conditions. Their lives are simply wrapped up with no hope at all. Due to poverty, neglect, and lack of shelter, many of these children live in dire state, and it's against this background that Kampala Victoria Lions Club has committed to creating a better life for abandoned children.
Appeal to the rest of the organizations. For us, we are from Lions Club, but I request any organization to come and help these people because they need anything that you can bring. I would also like to thank the members of Kampala Victoria for mobilizing this and bringing them here to these people. I would also appeal to government Please, these are your children, these are government children. When you find an organization like this one, please put in your support and support them. They have bought.
The club has paid a courtesy visit to Dorea Child Care Uganda in Nansana.
Parents, when you have such a child and produce an abnormal, those ones you call an abnormal child, they are normal children, but with some abnormalities. Don't throw them away. Keep them, otherwise you are going to bring curses to yourself.
During Namara, the CEO of Dorea Child Care revealed that some children are brought in by police and local leaders. She noted that, despite efforts to restore hope, the center still faces major challenges.
Batwadde emyezi 8 kubeera nga tuvuddewo wano. So tukubiriza omuzira kisa yenna alinayo akasawo ka sementi, alinayo omusenyu, alinayo ki, tuli awo gobero, tusaba tuteekewo ekisulo ky'abaana bano nga kiri permanent.
The President Kampala Victoria Lions Club, Ketwa Chichoncho, pledged support to the center, adding that the Lions Club has already donated basic life supplies to sustain the children.
As our signature project, we have tried to fulfill our promise that we will be with you in all ways. And today, we have been rescuing food to donate to this place, Dorea, the Children Dorea Center.
Uganda has joined the global community to commemorate the International Day of Older Persons, with this year's celebrations emphasizing the urgent need to strengthen household incomes for the elderly. The celebrations started with a medical camp offering free medical care to older persons in Jinja.
This year's celebrations were themed under Enhanced Household Incomes, a key to dignity and respect for older persons, underscores that financial stability is critical to independence and respect in old persons.
That we have about 6 categories of older persons' needs, which they need to prioritize to maximize decent aging and longevity.
President Museveni was represented by the Vice President Jessica Rupo. In his message, President Museveni urged the elder persons to change their lifestyle by having a balanced diet, doing physical exercise, among others, to extend their life expectancy.
This includes lifestyle, diet, keeping busy, exercising, keeping good company, and sustainable basic income. Therefore, I urge older persons to keep busy, feed well, keep exercising, and not get involved in alcoholism, smoking, adultery, drug abuse, among others.
Museveni reaffirmed government's commitment to protect and maintain the needs of the elderly persons in the country. The State Minister for Older Persons, Dominic Mafabi Gidudu, asked government to address the pending issues affecting the older persons.
Budget shortfalls, Your Excellency, there are sage areas worth Uganda shillings 20.6 billion, and the SECOP's funding gap worth 5 billion shillings. 2. High age eligibility at 80 years and a low transfer value of 25,000. The lowering of sage targeting age and the plan to increase the value of the grant is another challenge to address.
That as cabinet we are discussing how to reduce the age to 65 years to see that we can reach a bigger group of people.
Our theme is protect the gains. This is evident. We protect the gains of the elderly people by giving them representation. Right from the LC1 up to Parliament, the elderly people are represented. The elderly people have a full ministry.
The recent population census report indicates that the elder persons are 2.3 million in the country, standing at 5% of the entire population.
Invest in research and data systems to inform evidence-based policies and programs, and to promote intergenerational solidarity through community-based programs.
The government
our government should revise the percentage given to the older people, because it seems we were given 5%, but that 5% is very little.
Hides traders and ghetto youths have appealed to President Museveni to grant them a tender to add value to hides and skins for export after a shift in contract to a Chinese company rendered over 600 youths jobless. The call came during an engagement at Kalirwe, organized by Haj Abdul Mwebesa, chairperson of Hides Traders, who also saw the launch of ghetto youth teams to support President Museveni's 2026 campaign efforts in Kampala.
Unemployment among the youth has worsened following the ban on raw hides and skin exports, with hundreds of young people out of work.
It affected us because most of the workers had gone away, because we had almost 600 workers. Now most of them, they are ghetto youths, and you know the status of the ghetto youths. Whenever they don't have a job, now they go back to where they belong.
Some traders blame the crisis on internal conflicts and wrangles within the industry, which may have invited government intervention.
When we started using them, they came a certain group, and maybe they went and see the big people, and now they stopped us doing that, doing the hides and skins for leather, for rejects.
Buli muntu alina obuzibu bw'ayita okufuna capital bw'akozesa, abalala ebyapa byabwe biri mu mabanka, abalala bayindi mu bammane renda. Kati oli bw'aleeta omuzannyo omulimu n'addira eddiba gye wandibadde otunda ebbeeyi ne batandika okulirwaniramu.
Haji Mwebesa urged the president to personally intervene for the welfare of ghetto youth, many of whom previously depended on hides trade. He added that local traders have already established a factory to add value to the hides and now seek government mandate to operate.
We know that we have been having some issues of hides and skins regarding on value addition. But when we met His Excellency, he agreed to support us.
Watekawo tufuyamba government babira abavubuka emirimu nafuna sente. Era gavumenti bwesobola okuvaayo neyamba abavubuka nga bwe ziyamba abavubuka abageta abalala, kiba kirungi ate kiba kya muwendo nnyo.
Meanwhile, meat traders and ghetto youth pledged support for President Museveni's re-election, launching a self-help campaign in Kawempe under the NRA.
Youth issues must be listened to and their concerns addressed amicably, says Mondo Chateka, the Commissioner at the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development. He also urges the youth to change their mindset and believe in their ability to create change in the society. He made these remarks at a stakeholder engagement on youth vulnerabilities and pathways to resilience and system change in Kampala.
The Partnership for African Social and Governance Research is an organization that works with other entities such as research institutions, universities, and policy actors across different African countries. It advocates for evidence-based decision-making in Africa, particularly around policy issues.
Systems talk to each other. They talk to each other. They don't work in isolation. The moment systems work in isolation, then you don't achieve the goal. And that is typical of many African countries, that we have so much departmentalized functions that we even replicate those functions. So bringing these people on board was a sign that we can still work together, and the policymakers listen to the youths and the youths listen to the policymakers.
The organization is implementing the African Youth Pathways to Resilience and Systems Change Initiative in Uganda in partnership with MasterCard Foundation. The Inclusive Project focuses on the vulnerable youth in Uganda with an aim of supporting their empowerment and tackling their challenges through policy reforms.
We are 99% away from resilience because we are excluded, we are neglected, we are overlooked, and we are kept sidelined. So resilience is far away from us.
This is an opportunity for the youth to be heard out there.
Today I learned that a program for us without us is not our program.
Young people are urged to change their mindset and believe in their ability to create change and opportunities that transform norms, governance and economic structures for sustainable development.
We must stop doing the things we enjoy doing and do the things we must do. It's not how long that you live on earth that matters. What matters is what you do in the short time you have lived on earth.
At the event, Utafiti Sera House for African Youth Pathways to Resilience and Systems Change in Uganda was launched. It seeks to use research evidence to inform and enhance policy processes and outcomes.
The youths are very confident. They know what they want. They really know what they want. And but I think their voices are not heard. That came out very, very significantly. They are fed up of tokenism. People come and talk to them. They come and extract data from them, and they go away. So they are very unhappy that they are more of statistics. They are tired of being statistical data. They want engagement because they have problems, but they also know how they can be part of the solutions to their problems.
Charlotte Amuge for UBC.
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairompia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi akabibiona. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairompia. Then you can buy the smartphone nebi akabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpoda in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN.
MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
The Afro-Arab Youth Council, in partnership with the government of Uganda, proudly presents the Afro-Arab Youth Congress 2025, happening from 7th to 10th October 2025 at Speak Resort Munyonyo under the theme, Amplifying Youth Voices for Peace, Unity and Prosperity. Join over 1,000 delegates from across Africa and the Arab world in this exhilarating event. The guest of honor is the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, alongside other heads of state from our Arab and African member countries. The guest speaker will be the Afro-Arab Youth Council President, His Excellency Abdul Hadi Lahwej.
Welcome back from that break. And into business tonight, Uganda has been commended for meeting the United Nations criteria for graduation from least developed country status, marking a significant step in its development journey. At a national workshop on enhancing trade, resilience, government, private sector and development partners deliberated on how to sustain this progress.
Uganda, alongside Rwanda and Tanzania, recently met the graduation threshold for the first time, signaling remarkable progress for the East African region. But as government and stakeholders emphasize, the journey towards full graduation will require strong resilience in trade and industrial growth. Minister of State for Trade, David Bahati, says government is determined to diversify exports, strengthen supply chains, and scale up value addition across 9 prioritized value chains including coffee, tea, fish, maize, cassava, cotton, oil palm, dairy, and beef. Nations Resident Commissioner in Uganda, Leonard Zulu, reaffirmed the UN's commitment to supporting Uganda's transition, noting that trade plays a critical role in job creation, poverty eradication, and integration into global markets.
The Brothers of Christian Instruction in Uganda have unveiled the year-long activities leading to their centenary celebrations in September 2026 in Kisubi. The launch, which also introduced a construction project to support retired brothers, was graced by Buganda Katikiro's representative John Baptist Walusimbi as guest of honor.
Second reading is a mirror of your mission. For a century you have lived humility in action.
Today we have launched the beginning of the celebration of 100 years, a centenary. Of the 100 years, personally I will be celebrating 50 years of service. We have launched the project for building a house where the elderly brothers will reside after retiring from the hassles of work in various places. We believe that the fundraising drive will go throughout the year in various forms, some of which will include individual contributions by parents, by their sons and daughters in the various schools where we teach. That way we think we shall not strain our parents given the economic status within our country.
Celebrated the beginning, the launch of the 100 years of the coming of the Brothers of Christian Instruction, and they have engaged in instructing the youth, the people of Uganda, who are the majority, by the way, and their future of Uganda. May all of us, whether you're a father, a mother, a teacher, let us prepare the children, the future of this nation. That we may not say, we ignored, that is now we have, no. Let us be intentional, serious in preparing the future of Uganda, the youth.
Byagala nnyo kubanga byatutendeka bulungi. Ba brothers bakola omulimu gwabwe bulungi nnyo ne batusomesa, era sirina nze mulike ngamba nti kino ndaba ddala nti n'olwekyo wakati bwe ndaba nga balina bakuza emyaka 10 mu Uganda nga basomesa abantu baffe, tulina okubeebaza. Era nange kati kyekiri wano okuba nti nzize wano okulaba nga tutandika omwaka bye bagenda okuza kujja kubeerawo nga 8 Septemba 2026 naye kati tutandise.
The Civil Society Coalition on Transport has held its monthly transport roundtable at Hotel Africana, bringing together key players in Uganda's transport industry to explore strategies for growth and modernization. The meeting attracted top officials, including the Deputy Director of the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, Olive Birungi Lumonya, and Uganda Railway Corporation Managing Director, Benon Kajuna, among others.
The Society Coalition on Transport Engagement underscored the need for collaborative planning and sustained investment in infrastructure as Uganda works to modernize its transport system for greater domestic efficiency and global competitiveness.
Cargo traffic grew as a result of stable economic environment.
Kajuna reaffirmed Uganda Railway Corporation's commitment to strengthening the railway network with long-term plans of linking it directly to Entebbe International Airport.
As Uganda Railways, we are working with the government to provide finances for this, and now it will mean that we shall now have the consultant to come and do the design, the feasibility study, and be able to do the designs, and also be able to do the detailed designs so that we can be able to do it. So it is still a plan which we still have, but which we have planned to actualize so that we can be able now to have the railway linked with the Entebbe Airport.
He, however, cautioned that limited funding continues to slow progress.
We have 2 trains per day, 2 trains in the morning, 2 trains in the evening, and we transport about 2,000 passengers per day from Mukono up to Kampala. So the same plans we have. But as you may be aware, constructing a railway line from here to Entebbe is a very expensive venture. Yes, so we have to prepare well enough to make sure that we have the funds ready to do that.
On her part, UCAA Deputy Director Olive Birungi highlighted ongoing developments at Entebbe International Airport.
I think we've shared a lot on what we are doing at Entebbe International Airport, and one of them that we have shared is the new terminal building that is coming up. It's interesting to note that we are almost 100% completion, and in the next few months, the public should be able to start utilizing the terminal building in a phased approach.
She emphasized that upgrades are being implemented to align with international standards and support the sector's growth.
With the new terminal, we'll have 3 more new L bridges. That will again improve the experience if it's rain.
And straight into sports, Busitema University Management has flagged off a 15-man team to participate at the Kings of Africa University Rugby Tournament hosted at United States International University, USIU, Nairobi, Kenya, with a call from the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Paul Wako, to exhibit a high-level performance and return home with trophies. The function to flag off the rugby team has been officiated by the University Vice-Chancellor in accompaniment of other administrators who emphasized discipline and commitment among the team members.
Please make sure you are carrying a trophy. It will make the Vice-Chancellor very proud of all of us. And so I urge you to really work hard in Kenya, or at least beat all the Ugandan teams who are traveling.
Because discipline is the key to everything. And I appeal to you, as you leave for Nairobi, exhibit discipline. Busitema University is known for discipline, and therefore you should be able to exhibit to all other participants the discipline that the world knows about.
The team is good. I have seen them play, and in the regional league they have been number 3 playing other teams, and this time they're meeting only universities. So I believe when they meet fellow universities who also share the same academic time, I believe they're going to be a challenge.
Now the team is very good. We are having players from all the different campuses in the university, and they are very, very talented boys that we have. They've been training for the past few weeks, and we are very ready for the Africa Sevens that are coming up.
As we go for the tournament, we promise them we are going to give them the very best of our efforts, being that the team has been well conditioned and the players are fit enough. I promise to bring in the best of the team.
To strengthen sports at Busitema, we are putting proposals to council to ensure that we provide scholarships to good players in various fields, and also we are working to ensure that we integrate sports in our main curriculum.
And that wraps it up this evening here on UBC News Tonight. Thank you so much for your company. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto. Good night.